I was scheduled to pick up this ship, and I didn't know much about what ships were. Didn't know anything about it, but I knew it was the APL-19. That was my ship, and I had to go to New Guinea to to catch the ship because it had been commissioned the year before. That's what they call a ship. It had gone to a shakedown cruise, and so. But I had heard that this was a floating hotel type thing. Well, what that meant was that we were a non-self-propelled ship, and when we moved anywhere, we had to be moved by a seagoing tug, which would latch onto our ship and tow us to wherever we had to go. And it had been in New Guinea, but it had left New Guinea already by the time I got down there. And it had gone to the Philippines. So I caught a plane, an airplane. I'd gone overseas, by the way, in a big ship. It was not a Navy ship, it was an Army ship, believe it or not. Run by the Army. The chow line was Army food, but it had a Navy detail that took care of its own galley, its own food and everything. And I kept trying to get into their food. I never succeeded. I still ate the Army food coming over. Well, anyway, when we caught this ship of mine, which is up in the Philippines, it was anchored, and we had seaplanes all around us in water. I mean, it was not an ocean; it was a quiet water area, but seafood. And from there, we were our ship was designed to be build stuff aboard for the Navy to operate on. Now I can't think of my name. We were not built to be anchored in a placid lake anywhere. Turns out we were being switched to be used as a ship that was just used for transients in between assignments, and we had housing for several hundred. I mean, space on the housing, and we could cook for hundreds of people on our ship. We had a ship's company of only 8. There were 6 of us in commissions and supply and dispersing, and that meant I had to keep the ship supplied with food and whenever the machines broke down, I had to try to find material replacement things. The companies that built ships in those days were building them in a hurry, and a lot of times they didn't build them well or didn't do well, and I had a hell of a time trying to find parts sometimes for some of these. But I was assigned a Jeep, and anyway, I could. And I got back and forth by small boat between our ship and my Jeep. So,
this is in the Philippines?
Yeah, this is in the Philippines. By this time, I'd gotten ships close to Manila. We'd moved over from one by the seaplane areas. We'd moved to Manila. So that was a little better space to be in.